Hi everybody, this is Audrey from Creative Creations by Audrey. I've been asked to give a general tutorial on how I make my roses. So I have tried the Tim Holtz die cutter. I can make nice ones from that as well. But I had found out, I had purchased a 3D rose or a 3D flower from Silhouette. And I want to say the designer is Lori Whitlock. She does some great 3D flowers. So I had purchased one a while ago from her, and I hadn't even tried it out yet. But I was looking for a 6-petal flower, or a 6-petal die cut, so I could make my flowers. I seem to like them when I used the 5, with the 6. You can use any of your punches, your 6-petal punches, your 5-petal punches. I just kind of like the way that the 6-petal ones come out. They seem to come out a little more fuller. It's all on your taste, but this is the basic. What I've done is when I open up her design, hers requires like 7 different levels of layers of the 6-petal. But what I had done is all mine are cut out at the same. So I had ungrouped hers and shrunk down my screen a little bit here. And what I did is I had picked one that I wanted. And I resized this to whatever size that I wanted to try to make my roses at. Then I copied it 5 times. And I will show you on another screen that I am currently working on some flowers. So I cut out 5 of them. This here right now I have enough to make 4 flowers that's on my mat. So I cut those out. You can ink them, ink your edges, leave them alone. You know, it's up to you on that part. What I did for the leaves is I also took her leaves that came with it right here, and I sized them down to what I thought would be the perfect size. Now I lined it up here with the biggest flower because that would be the base of her flower, and said, okay, this is what I need to do to resize for mine. So I resized them, measuring them against the flower to make them so they fit. This here, I didn't even bother using because they don't go into my flowers. So now what I'll do is I'll turn this off and I will move over to my craft table and give you the rest of how I make my flowers. Okay, everybody, I'm back. So what I did is to make these little flowers here is I cut out all 5 of these, and mine are currently inked up right now. For the project that I'm working on. And what I did is I lined up, sorry about my arm being in the way, I lined up a couple of petals all at the same time, because what you're going to do is cut down. Okay, these, I'm not having any luck at lining these up. Alright, I'm just going to trim in just a little bit, put a couple little snippings in, because they're not too deep for when I'm doing them, or if I don't snip them. And you just snip in, and you do this to all 5 of your petals. You can do 2, 3 at a time, or do them 1 at a time, whatever is, you know, more comfortable for you. Make sure you have your hot glue gun heating up or already heated. You can use wet glue, like glossy accents, something that's quick drying. It's going to take a little bit longer. I usually don't make up my flowers ahead of time, so I make them up as I need them for the projects. Okay. Last one. Now, what's great about the Silhouette is actually you can size them to whatever size you want. You don't have to worry about the punch size. So, you know, you have a lot of room to go with the Silhouette. Or even if you have your Cricut cartridge with a 6-petal flower. This one here has like little ridges around it, so it's almost like the Tim Holtz. And what I do is I normally have a paintbrush, and I use the butt of the paintbrush. And I just pull in on each petal. And you can already see that they're starting to curl up. And you don't really have to put a lot of pressure on them. And my mat is one of those foam mats. You can use a mouse pad, or you can just go and get a foam mat in the kids' craft department. I think I paid like $1 for it. And what you're going to do on 2 of these petals is you're going to roll them inwards so they form a cup. Okay? And I meant to prepare a few of these prior to the video, but I didn't, so. And here you go, you form a little cup. Now these ones here are inked on one side, and what I do is I flip them over. I hope I'm staying in the camera for you guys. There we go. And then I flip it over and I roll it so the leaves got pressed this way so they cup a little bit. But then when I roll on the front, it brings them like this. Hope you can see that. And I do that to 3 of them. And sometimes your leaves will overlap. So with the Silhouette, not only can you make her flower, but then you can also make these. And, you know, so it's versatile to you on what you can do with it. And the sizing is just, you know, all up to you. Okay. So now this one that I have cut out is going to give us this size flower. Okay. And the smaller, I cut out smaller ones, which you saw on the screen, which will give you this flower. Now, I don't have any of the leaf ones cut out, so I won't be adding the leaves at this time. But this is your basic. Now, you can take a small paintbrush handle and just kind of curve right in the center. Just wrap it up a little bit. Okay. And it makes them like that. You don't have to do this. You can do it as, you know, press them with your fingers, like so. Even while you're working on the flower. You don't have to use the paintbrush, you know. These ones here, I really don't do at all. I only do the first 2. So now what you're going to do is, I usually peel mine back a little bit to kind of give them some more play. And I cup these 2. I make this one here. I skip this one and I go to this one and I cup it in. And I, you know, play with it to see if that's the look that I want with those 2 petals. You will notice, depending on how you cut your paper, and which petals will start to form a better center of your flower. So then here is I take my glue and I put a little dab here and a little dab on the inside here. Okay. Oops, a little too much. And then I just in on one side and on the outside on the other. Give it a quick second to let it set up. And then I just kind of roll it around a little bit in my fingers. Get any goops of glue off as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to skip this petal and I'm going to go to this one here. The center one on the 3. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little line of glue just like at the center of the petal. And I'm just going to bring it up, hold it there for a minute or a second. Now I'm going to move to this petal, give it a quick little cup, a little more glue, hold it up, and look, your bud is starting to form already. And again, so you're going to repeat the same step on the rest of the petals. And just bring it up. And I give my little bottom a little squeeze to flatten it out, because I've noticed on my bud it kind of wonky on the bottom. And there you go, there's your last one, and now your bud is formed. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay this one out, glue on my fingers, put a little dab of glue. You don't need a lot, just a nice little dab, and you're gonna line this up, but your little points here, you're gonna try to line them up so they're inside the petal of the next flower, the next base, something like that. I hope you can see that. Okay, now this one, you're going to put it on the side here, only on one little side, just a little dab, because what you're going to do is you're only going to pull up one side and stick it. Okay, and repeat that for the 5 petals. On this level, on this stage here, you can, if you want, you can roll the petals back a little bit if you want to. I just kind of do that after I'm done with the flower. Sometimes I leave them up, depending on what I'm looking for and what my project might want or need. Sorry guys, I'm like really nervous doing tutorials, so still very new to it, but I'm getting the hang of it, and I love being able to help everybody out. Now there's some other great videos out there on flower making. You just do a YouTube search, a Google search, and there's some really wonderful tutorials out there. And basically, you know, a couple of them were done with the 5 petal, and that's where I got the idea. And then I saw that I could do it with the 6 petals, so I said, I'll have to try this out, and I really like how these come out. Now at this stage, if you really wanted to, you could roll these back a little bit and have a little bud to stick in your project. Now in this next level, next stage, you're going to put the glue again, just a little bit. Again, offset the petals as good as you can. Sometimes with the 6 petal flowers, you're not going to get them all offset, so, but no rose, no flower is perfect. And that's what's great about these, is not one will come the same. Now on here, you'll remember your little cup area. You're going to just put a little dab right there. Push it up. So all you're doing is adhering the center part of that, so these sides of the petals can roll back a little bit. And you'll understand in a few minutes why. A few seconds. So you're going to push again. Right in the center. And my kids have no school this week, so they're on spring break. So my youngest just snuck into my sewing room, my craft room. Get out of there, honey. Go back downstairs and play. Alright, so now you're going to finish this up with the rest of your petals all the way around. Finish going watch Frozen, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm turning it on and put it on. Yeah.
Okay. It's her favorite movie. She sings Let It Go all the time. We went shopping this morning and she was singing for Let It Go as we were walking around the store. It was really cute. And even at this stage of the flower is really pretty too. So you can use it as a smaller bud if you wanted to. And now you're going to do the same thing again. Add a little more glue. Offset your petals. Sorry if my hand keeps getting in your way. Let it sit for a second. Now you're going to come down a little bit lower on this one to add your glue and push up. Oh, that petal looks like I didn't cut it deep enough on this one. And push up. And you're going to do that for the rest of the petals on this layer. And these are great because if you're using the hot glue, it doesn't take that long to set them up. And once you get the hang of it, you can make them very very quick. I think I made 3 or 4 of them in less than 20 minutes. But that was also running with my daughters. They love coming into the craft room and seeing what new things I'm making, and they always want to help out. And I've been teaching them how to use the Cricut and starting them on small projects. My 10-year-old daughter loves to make cards for all her friends for their birthdays. So again, you're going to just line it up. Oop. Offset the petals as good as you can get them. This one seems to want to be going somewhere else here. And this one you're just going to glue real close down to the base in here. Almost like in the crease of the layers. And just push up. We'll go to the next one. Push up. And again, push up. Ah. Ooh, just a little hot. And one more. And there you go. And you can take your finger and you can push your petals, push them down. A lot of people use tweezers or something like that for them. I just find that it's easier to use my finger, and that way I don't tear the paper. And if you do, just ink around the tear and I'll add another, like a torn petal look to it. So there you go. Here's your little rose, and then you just add your 2 of the leaves on the back here, and you have completed your rose. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it helped you. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below, and I will try to help you as good as I can. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye.